So what does the king of rock and roll and bourbon have to do with each other? That's the good news. Hit my music. I can't see anything without my glasses. Hey, welcome back to the 813 Whiskey House. I'm Corey. Thanks for hanging out for a little good booze, good news. We'll talk some whiskey and we'll talk some cool, fun, uplifting stories because, yeah. So let's talk about this one in particular today. Blue Note Bourbon, Memphis, Tennessee, home of, bam, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. So two blue notes, if you will. One, I love this bourbon. We got a chance to pick this one with our whiskey club, the Wamego Whiskey Syndicate. They sent 3 samples, and this is just fantastic, unfiltered goodness straight out of Memphis. 124.7 proof, unfiltered, uncut, and man, it's got like this awesome kind of like cherry, kind of cola, cream soda note to it, which is just fantastic. And note number 2, boom, you got a chance to put an Elvis sticker on the bottle. Actually, for copyright purposes, this is not Elvis. This is me from last Halloween. Am I going to be able to pour this without my glasses on? That's why I went with the rocks glass, because A, bigger target, B, 50s and 60s movie stars definitely would have been drinking out of a rocks glass. That's maybe a little bit of an overpour. It'll be fine. Oh, love me tender. That is fantastic. So it's got this just fantastic thick nose, and there's that, just that cherry note that was right there when we picked it. That is good bourbon. 1 for the money, 2 for the show. So I really love Elvis Presley, right? So not just the music, but even movie star Elvis was super, super, super cool. I mean, what other dude managed to sing that much of his dialogue? Sometimes he was a motorcycle racer and a singer. Sometimes a cowboy and a singer. Once he was a race car driver that had to become a waiter who became a singer. He's been a prisoner who was also a singer. But let's be honest, Elvis is just awesome, right? Like, ladies loved him, guys thought he was the coolest dude on the planet, and he absolutely was. And if you get to Memphis, Lord, go to Graceland. Absolutely love my visit. And it's an opportunity to, wonder what you would look like in a jumpsuit. And while I know this one's a single barrel, this is readily, absolutely available, right around that $55 to $60 price point. So good news, you can find it and you should be drinking this. So the good news part, Elvis, incredibly generous throughout his life. After the song Teddy Bear came out, he was getting teddy bears in the mail. Not like a few teddy bears, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of teddy bears, and they would donate them to local children's hospitals. Elvis was famous for paying off people's debts and making generous donations all over the community in Memphis. Here's the keys to your brand new Cadillac. Actually, that's the keys to my Ford F-150. Close enough. And supposedly there's a rumor that Elvis didn't claim a lot of the donations on his taxes, partially because Colonel Parker didn't want to get in trouble because he may or may not have, been in the country illegally. So a legacy of unmatched, quiet generosity, and it actually, frankly, still continues. So when Lisa Marie did a duet with Elvis not too long after Katrina, a huge amount of that money went right back into New Orleans, which is awesome. That's a virtual duet because, I'm not alive, or, am I? And there's still a foundation in Graceland in Memphis that uses part of the proceeds of everyone's tours of maybe the greatest house in all of Memphis. And a piece of rock and roll history, when you tour, part of your money goes into a foundation that helps fund scholarships to this day for college students to major in music and the arts. So here's to you, Memphis, and Elvis, and Blue Note Bourbon, and blue suede shoes. This is good booze and good news. Thank you. Thank you very much. So here's the deal. Live like Elvis Presley, donate generously, and really, you don't have to ask a whole lot of credit for it. That's really when it's the best, right? Right. So spread good booze and good news and share it whenever you can, and help me out here by sharing this video. Click that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and hoist a drink with the best of them whenever you get a chance. We'll see you next week.